So the Department of, apparently Hawaii's got just wild chickens everywhere because that's what chickens are. Chickens are a jungle bird. That's where they came from. They came from like South America or something, or from like the Yucatan or something like that. And so, yeah, so the Department of Food, we need people to just volunteer because the Department of Food doesn't get any funds. We don't use money. We don't care about money. We need volunteers. And now what you do is you just, collect birds. You do like, tests on them. Like, you just do like health examinations. Like you have like a vet for all the wild chickens. And, you find ones if they're sick or something. And then people collect them every day. And then they bring them to the Department of Food place. And they just screen them, quarantine them. And once they're okay, then they go and people can, use them for food and stuff. The whole thing with, nobody wants to eat them, that's just, it's probably bull. And if there is any truth to that, then that can be fixed with just regular, the way that you breed any type of animal or plant or anything. You don't have to use any kind of weird stuff. You're just selectively, grouping them together and stuff like to get the characteristics that you want. And it's totally possible. Totally possible. You set up different, centers where people can just collect the chickens and bring them to the centers, and then they do stuff and just get ones that. Chickens that taste better that we like, get them to reproduce more, and chickens that are all messed up or chickens that are sick or whatever, you get that guy out of here. Get these guys out of here. It's very easy to do. And so also the Department of Food is going to take the entire, that area where there's the aquifer on the eastern side of the Rocky Mountains, so we start, if people own property there, we can just get the government to pay them or whatever. But remember, we don't even bother with money. But basically, there's not going to be any more farming there. We just let the herds of cattle go, that whole area. And then people collect the cattle, bring them to the Department of Food quarantine area, make sure none of them are sick. And then, the good ones get eaten and bad ones get this guy out of here.